Let's go Chiefs! Breaking news! Von Miller to the Kansas City Chiefs? Now, that's a headline that would have been unthinkable a few years ago. But here we are, and there's a real chance it could happen. Chiefs Kingdom, take a moment and let this sink in. Von Miller, the same guy who tormented us for years in Denver, could be donning the red and gold. And guess what? He's open to it. He said so himself in a recent interview with Kay Adams. If you're a diehard Chiefs fan who remembers the battles with the Broncos in the Peyton Manning era, you know exactly what kind of pain Von Miller caused. But now, the idea of him joining our team isn't just intriguing, it could actually make a lot of sense. I'll give you all the details, but first, be sure to hit that like button if you've been a Chiefs fan for 16 plus years. It's great to see fans of all ages. There are people here who have been bleeding gold and red for 30 plus years. The utmost respect. Now, I want to ask you something. On a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rate Andy Reid as the Chiefs head coach? Comment below. Okay, let's break this down. First, Miller is officially a free agent after being released by the Buffalo Bills. That means he's looking for a new home, and he specifically mentioned that he's considering an AFC West team. Could it be the Chiefs? Well, when you connect the dots, it certainly seems that way. Miller has made it clear that he's open to new challenges, new quarterbacks, and a fresh start. And what better place to do that than Kansas City? We all know the Chiefs are in desperate need of a pass rusher to help George Karlaftis, and the team has struggled with edge pressure for years. Miller may not be in his prime anymore, but he doesn't need to be the downfield terror he once was. What the Chiefs need is a veteran presence, someone who can come in, deliver in key moments, and mentor younger players. And let's be real, the Chiefs don't need to break the bank for him. His market value is much more reasonable at this stage in his career. A high-impact pass rusher at a low cost? That's a win-win situation. Plus, Miller has something that you just can't teach: championship experience. He's a two-time Super Bowl champion, including a Super Bowl MVP in Denver's Super Bowl 50 win. When he joined the Rams in 2021, he helped them win it all, proving that he still has gas left in the tank when it matters most. That kind of postseason pedigree is exactly what the Chiefs need as they continue their dynasty run with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce leading the charge. But let's address the elephant in the room. Can Chiefs Kingdom actually embrace a player who once terrorized us? Some of you might still be holding grudges, and I get it. There's no denying that Miller was a nightmare for us back in his prime. But if we can move past that, there's a lot to gain here. He's respected across the league, beloved by teammates, and still capable of making an impact. The Chiefs' defense, led by Steve Spagnuolo, could absolutely find a role that maximizes his remaining strengths. Think about a situational pass rusher who comes in on third downs, fresh and ready to wreak havoc. That could be the difference between another Lombardi Trophy or an early playoff exit. Now, here's where you come in, Chiefs Kingdom. Would you welcome Von Miller to Kansas City? Are you ready to put the past behind you for the sake of another championship run? Or is this one bridge too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is one debate that's just getting started. And let's be honest, Chiefs Kingdom, this isn't just any free agent signing. This is Von Miller, a future Hall of Famer. A guy who, for years, was the face of a defense that stood in our way. A player who made life miserable for our quarterbacks long before Patrick Mahomes was running the show. So yeah, seeing him in a Chiefs uniform would be weird. But isn't that what makes this whole thing even more compelling? The idea of one of our biggest rivals from the past now helping us chase another Super Bowl? That's the kind of full circle moment that NFL history loves. Now, let's talk about fit. How would Von Miller actually fit into this Chiefs defense? We know Steve Spagnuolo loves versatile pass rushers. We've seen how he rotates his edge defenders, keeping them fresh for key situations. Chris Jones has been the anchor of the front seven, but he can't do it all alone. George Karlaftis has emerged as a solid young pass rusher, but he needs a veteran presence to take some of the pressure off. Charles Omenihu showed flashes last season, but the Chiefs are still missing that one guy who can step up in critical moments. That's where Von Miller could be the perfect piece. And don't forget, Spags has a history of getting the best out of veteran defenders. Just look at what he's done with guys like Terrell Suggs and Carlos Dunlap in recent years. He doesn't need Von Miller to be a 17-game workhorse. He needs him to be fresh in December, to turn it on in January, and to deliver in February. We're talking about a player who has been there and done that, someone who knows what it takes to win championships. Imagine a key third down stop in the playoffs. Mahomes has put the Chiefs ahead, but the defense needs one final play to close it out. Who do you trust in that moment? Chris Jones? Absolutely. But what if you had another guy with Super Bowl winning experience coming off the edge? That's what makes this move so interesting. Now, of course, this isn't a done deal. The Chiefs front office has to weigh their options. They have to consider cap space, roster needs, and whether Miller's production at this stage of his career is worth the investment. But based on everything we're hearing, from Miller's own comments to the Chiefs' clear need for pass rushing help, this is more than just a rumor. This is a real possibility. And the idea of bringing in a guy with his resume for a reasonable price? That's the kind of move Brett Veach has built his reputation on. But let's flip this conversation for a second. What if the Chiefs don't sign Von Miller? What does that mean for their pass rush? Do they turn to the draft? Do they target another veteran in free agency? The options are there, but none of them come with the same level of experience and playoff success as Miller. And let's not forget, if the Chiefs don't sign him, he could very well end up with another AFC contender. Imagine if he goes back to Denver. Imagine if he joins the Chargers or, worse, the Bills again. Do we really want to see Von Miller coming after Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs instead of helping him chase another ring? That's a scenario worth considering. So, Chiefs Kingdom, this is where you come in. If Brett Veach called you today and said, *K, should we bring in Von Miller? What would your answer be? Are you ready to put the past behind us and welcome one of our old enemies into the fold? Or is this just too much to stomach? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear where you stand on this. And as always, keep it locked right here for all the latest updates on your Kansas City Chiefs. Because if this deal happens, you better believe we'll be the first to break it down. See you in the next one.